As strange as this may sound, the reason I don't humor subjectivist and nihilistic questions like how can we possibly know what is true is because I know some very trivial facts about math. For example, there is no way of calculating the precise answer to a square root. There's something that's kind of like long division for square roots, but if you don't do that on a perfect square, you're going to end up with a remainder, and then you're going to have to figure out how to approximate that square root. And approximation, as far as I'm aware, is the only means of finding a square root, because it's not as though you can define a square root as a function of previous operations. For example, 2 times 3 equals 6 is the same as saying 3 plus 3, 2 times, equals 6. If I was to omit any of the 3 as a variable, then you would have sufficient information to solve for that variable. But if I say x squared equals 8, then you don't have 2 things to solve one thing. You have to use one thing to solve one thing, and that's not enough, so you just have to know what the square root of 8 is. The mathematicians can do this through approximation. They guess, they check their guess, and they move it closer and closer until it's the right answer. And so in philosophy, we don't need perfect judgment as if the truth has to be a concrete function of our judgment. All we need is some information to correct our assumptions. We have to have information because if we don't, then we have the information that we don't.